And there was nothing in my college or in my med school preparation that could ever prepare me for this journey that I've been on with kidney disease and dialysis and transplant. But there's a lot of lessons that I've learned from that. In fact, my donors have taught me about just how powerful and beautiful and amazing the brain is. So I was hoping I could share just maybe 2 or 3 of those lessons with you guys. So the first thing I'm going to share is the power of focus. Right? Both my donors, when they initially went in to get checked out, they both got turned down by the transplant teams. And they got turned down by the transplant teams because they were not in good enough shape. They were a little overweight, their blood pressure was high, and both my donors, my dad and my cousin-in-law, decided that they were just going to focus on their health. They had a purpose, they had a vision, and that vision was to make sure that I was going to be healthy, that I was going to be able to live, and that they were going to be the ones that saved my life. And when it comes to focus, our brain is really interesting because we've got this system in our brain called the reticular activating system that's responsible for our awareness. And when we tell our brains that this thing is really important to us, then our brain starts to point out everything that has to do with that particular thing. And so for them, they focused on the road ahead. And that road ahead, that finish line for them was me being alive. So they pushed away all the distractions, right? And they just focused on getting healthier and getting in shape so that way they could save my life. The second thing that they really taught me is about the power of love. And not just the love that they have for me, but the love that they have for humanity. When it comes to the brain and love, it's almost like an addiction, right? We've all felt that. It's incredibly rewarding. In fact, love stimulates the motivation and reward centers of our brains. And especially when it comes to my dad, not only did he save my life, but then a few years later, he decided to be a bone marrow donor for his brother. And I'm kind of like, Dad, I think you're good. I think you're going to heaven. Like, you don't have to save any more lives.
You're secure.
Yeah, you're all straight. The third thing that they really taught me about is the power of altruism. Right? When it comes to altruistic behaviors, when it comes to putting people ahead of ourselves, our brains reward us for that. Our brains secrete a lot of the feel-good hormones, the serotonin, the dopamine. Our brain releases endorphins that allow pain to go away, allows us to just feel really, really good. And even for me, when I was undergoing dialysis and transplant, I had to take the focus off myself, and I had to put the focus on other people. So during that time, I volunteered, I still saw patients, I did things for others, because a lot of times when we're facing a challenge, if we just focus on ourselves, that brings us down, right? So the power of focus, the power of love, the power of altruism. These are all characteristics that I've seen in every single donor and donor family I've ever met. It's incredible. And the reality is, you know, people will tell you that a donor can save up to 8 lives. A deceased donor can save up to 8 lives. Or they'll tell you that when it comes to tissue donation, maybe 50 or 60 lives that they can impact. The reality is that donors impact tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people. They impact those people through the people that they've donated their organs to. Right? We don't just carry their organs within us. We carry their love for humanity, and we carry their legacy. Right? So, I mean, I'm grateful for organizations like Live on New York for all the work that they do, and for our runners, good luck tomorrow, and congratulations, because you're certainly doing something I would never do.